sound, mate? World champion.
Doesn't quite sound right, does it? So
sounds great.
Oh, it does sound great, but it'd be nice if it's WRC World Champion one day.
Hey, but look, the late great Possum Bourne, that was always his dream to become the Production World Rally Champion. I think he would be very, very pleased that Hayden Paddon has carried on that great Kiwi success.
Oh, I think so. It's been a huge year. Like, if anything, it's great that it's a way of paying back everyone that's put so much into letting us get there this year. Like 12 months ago, we didn't really have any budget in place or any plans, and then to come back and fund a PWRC campaign and to win it, you know, much earlier than what we anticipated. It's been a perfect season. Right from the start of the year, we always targeted the first half of the season to be probably not so strong part of the year. There are events that we hadn't done before or didn't suit me as well, and then the second half of the season would have suited us well, and now we're really just coming into that part of the season and we've already wrapped it up. So, you know, we've got to get some new goals and aims now for the rest of the year.
And what are your plans coming up in the near future, first of all, for this year? I mean, I understand you've got 3 events on the cards in the near future.
Yep, we head to France next week. We're just doing the gravel notes here for Ken Block. So it's a good opportunity for us to do a bit more networking and be involved inside the Ford World Rally team. And then we've still got Spain and GB, which we have to do because we're contracted to do the event. So we'll do Spain with our current team, Simtech, with the Subaru. But then GB, we are looking at some options of perhaps doing it in a different car.
What about an S2000? How important is it to sort of go now from PWRC, and what's that jump up to the S2000 cars and of course the WRC cars as well?
It is pivotal now that we actually take that step out of the Group N car. Like, we've been in a Group N car for 5 years, and we need to get into something like an S2000 car or World Rally car and prove that we're fast in another sort of car. We need to be realistic as well. Like, you know, price-wise between the Super 2000 and World Rally car, they're very similar. That's where the difficulty lies. But if we jump straight into a World Rally car, we're not going to be Sebastian Loeb speed straight away. You know, to get to that level, it takes 2 or 3 years. So you have to be patient and realistic if we do that, whereas we went to S2000, very similar cars. The main difference is one's got a turbo and one hasn't, so you know, S2000 could be a good chance to learn the cars. And
what's been the reaction from some of the other teams and the other drivers? I mean, have you been able to use that as Production World Rally Champion now to open up the doors and start talking with the teams from the WRC?
Oh, yes and no. Like, they've certainly been watching what we've been doing this year, and likes of After Australia, they have likes of Malcolm Wilson and David Richards come and congratulate us, and you know, we're having meetings with those sort of people now. You know, they know who we are, and probably the biggest thing is that when we sat down with these same people 12 months ago, the biggest thing that they wanted in a driver was some experience, and the only way you're going to get that experience is by doing events, and the PWRC is the most cost-effective way of doing that. So we've now got another season of rallying under us, and we've got more experience, and it maybe gives us more, you know, something more to take to them and put on the table.
Have you had much response from the corporate side of Kiwi business? And you're doing your share thing with HaydenPaddon.com. You can go onto the website and get details there. I mean, what's that been like, and since you've had the win?
It's been really good. Like, our shareholders have been amazing this year. That's pretty much funded our whole program this year, is support we're getting from that, and it's all come from New Zealand, which is probably the most humbling part of it all. And we have some good, really good sponsors here in New Zealand as well. But to take that next step, as I say, we need that large corporate partner. And the amount of money involved, it probably does have to come from Europe. You know, the sport's massive in Europe. That's where the target market is. So, you know, that's what we have to sort of try and introduce with a partner. So, but the shareholding thing's certainly picking up momentum, and you know, that's going to carry on forward over the next 5 years as well.
What does it say about the New Zealand Rally Championship, where our champ can go overseas and come back home as the Production World Rally Champion?
There's a lot of talent and there's a lot of depth in New Zealand rallying. Like, I think as Possum Bourne used to say, you know, New Zealand is the best breeding ground for rally drivers because we've got the best roads where you learn to drive flat out, and it's much easier to slow down a driver than what it is to speed up a driver. So, you know, we've got great learning sort of things here. We've got the Motorsport Academy to help teach the drivers as well. The biggest barrier that we face in New Zealand is that financial barrier, but other than that, you know, there's no reason why there couldn't be 3-4 drivers in New Zealand in the World Championship.
And of course we've got Rally New Zealand returning back to the WRC next year, 2012. Where do you see Hayden Paddon? How would you like to come back home as that PWRC champion, driving what sort of car?
To it, we have sort of played with the idea of coming and doing it on a World Rally car on roads that we know. So, you know, it could be interesting. It's certainly something we're looking into, but you know, it'd be good to have the Kiwi support here and back here in New Zealand. No doubt, one of the best rallies in the world. So, hopefully we'll be back in a car that's you can get people out there cheering for us.